When people spoke of Mira and Aarav, they called them the perfect couple. They lived in a modest but beautiful house at the edge of the city, where bougainvillea climbed the walls, and laughter often drifted through open windows. Aarav was known for his quiet strength and honesty. Mira, with her graceful smile and expressive eyes, seemed equally devoted. No one saw the cracks forming beneath the surface, not even Aarav himself. Aarav had married Mira out of deep love. He believed in loyalty the way some people believed in prayer, without question, without doubt. He worked long hours as a civil engineer, hoping to build a future that would keep Mira safe and happy. Mira, however, wanted more than safety. She wanted excitement, admiration, and a life that felt larger than the narrow streets they lived on. That was when Vikram entered her life. Vikram was everything Aarav was not: charming, reckless, and dangerously persuasive. He worked at a nearby business office and had a way of making people feel seen. When Mira met him at a friend's gathering, his attention felt like sunlight after a long winter. Compliments turned into conversations, conversations into secret meetings. Soon, Mira was living two lives, one as a devoted wife, the other as a woman intoxicated by forbidden love. At first, guilt followed her like a shadow. She would look at Aarav sleeping peacefully and feel a sting in her chest. But Vikram fed her doubts, whispering poisonous truths wrapped in sweet lies. "He doesn't understand you," Vikram would say. "You're wasting your life with him." Slowly, Mira began to believe it. What began as emotional betrayal soon became something darker. Vikram didn't just want Mira's love. He wanted her freedom, and Aarav stood in the way. The idea was planted gradually, like a seed watered with resentment and desire. "He'll never let you go," Vikram said one night, "unless he's gone." Mira laughed at first, but the words stayed with her. Over time, the unthinkable became imaginable. The plan was cruelly simple. One rainy night, Mira told Aarav they were going on a short drive to clear their minds. Aarav agreed, unaware that Vikram followed them at a distance. They drove toward an isolated construction site on the outskirts of the city, a place abandoned after a legal dispute. The rain fell harder, masking sounds and blurring vision. When Aarav stepped out of the car to check a strange noise Vikram had staged, everything happened fast. Vikram struck him from behind with a metal rod. Aarav fell, blood mixing with rain, his world collapsing into darkness. Mira stood frozen, her heart pounding, her hand shaking. "Do it," Vikram urged. "This is the only way." With trembling hands, Mira helped Vikram drag Aarav's unconscious body to a deep pit meant for a foundation. They assumed he was dead. Without looking back, they covered the pit with debris and mud, letting the rain wash away their crime. By morning, Aarav was reported missing. Mira cried in front of the police, neighbors, and family. Her tears seemed real, even to her. Vikram stayed hidden, careful and silent. Weeks turned into months. Aarav was declared dead. Mira wore white and played the role of a grieving widow perfectly. After a year, she married Vikram. People whispered, but time dulled suspicion. Life moved on. Or so they thought. What Mira and Vikram didn't know was that fate had other plans. Beneath the rubble, Aarav had not died. The blow to his head had fractured his skull but not ended his life. Rainwater had seeped into the pit, and the cold shock had slowed his bleeding. Hours later, a group of migrant workers returned to the site to retrieve tools they had forgotten. One of them heard a faint groan. They found Aarav barely breathing. He spent months in a coma. Doctors doubted he would survive. And when he finally opened his eyes, he remembered nothing. His past, his name, his life, everything was gone. He became a man without history, known only as Patient 47. With no family to claim him, Aarav was transferred to a rehabilitation center in a small town far away. Years passed slowly. He learned to walk again, to speak clearly, to live again. Though his memories never returned fully. Fragments haunted him, flashes of rain, a woman's eyes. A sense of deep betrayal that made his chest ache for reasons he couldn't explain. He took a new name, Arjun. For 5 years, Arjun lived quietly, working at a garage, finding peace in routine. He believed he was starting life anew, unaware that the past was waiting patiently for him. Meanwhile, Mira's life with Vikram was not the dream she had imagined. Once the thrill of secrecy disappeared, Vikram's charm faded. He became possessive, aggressive, and careless. Meera often lay awake at night, haunted by dreams of the pit, of hands. Eaching up from the darkness. Guilt became her constant companion. One afternoon, fate intervened. Arjun was sent by his employer to deliver a repaired vehicle to the city. As he stood at a traffic signal, he noticed a familiar house draped in bougainvillea. His heart skipped a beat. Something about it pulled him in, like gravity. Then he saw her. Meera stepped outside, older but unmistakable. The moment their eyes met, something shattered inside her. The world seemed to tilt. She felt the blood drain from her face. It was him. Alive. Arjun felt it too, a sudden storm of emotion, confusion, and pain. Memories surged violently. Rain. A blow. Meera's face above him, not loving, but cold. His name came back in a whisper. Aarav, he breathed. Meera collapsed. That night, Aarav remembered everything. Instead of confronting them immediately, Aarav chose silence. He wanted justice, not revenge. He contacted the police, presenting medical records, DNA proof, and the testimony of the workers who had found him years ago. The case reopened like a wound torn wide. Meera and Vikram were arrested. Vikram tried to flee but was caught at the airport. During interrogation, he blamed Meera. Meera, broken and exhausted, finally confessed to everything. In court, Meera couldn't meet Aarav's eyes. Vikram was sentenced to life imprisonment. Meera received a long sentence, reduced slightly due to her confession. But the punishment of living with her guilt was far heavier. When the verdict was read, Aarav felt no triumph, only a quiet release. He walked out of the courtroom a free man, reborn twice, once from the pit and once from the truth. He did not return to the house with the bougainvillea. Some places are better left to memory. Aarav moved to a new city, carrying scars that would never fully fade, but also a strength forged in survival. He learned that betrayal can nearly kill you, but resilience can bring you back from the grave. And sometimes, the dead don't stay buried.